Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I know this is a little bit of a different setup and I'm about to explain why. So, sorry the sun is in my eyes. I made a video weeks ago and I was talking about how I wanted to post more on YouTube and yada yada yada. You'll see it in the video, but I never made an intro. And I was editing and then I got lazy and then I was like, maybe this isn't God's calling for me, and I got in my head again. But I was thinking about my past videos and how they were chopped up horribly probably, and they were not edited well and using like CapCut free music and whatever, but I'm still so proud of those videos and I'm not embarrassed about them at all. And I just left church and the sermon was about being bold and how God isn't looking for perfection, he's just looking for a yes. And then even if I was perfect, that still wouldn't get me to where God needs me to be, because God needs to intervene through everything. So I just wanted to clarify before watching this video, it's gonna be blurry. I might sound a little dry Monday. I'm sorry. If it's bad and boring, I'm sorry. But I just need to post it and get it out of my camera because I'm sick and tired of sitting on it. And I thought like, okay, well I can't post it now because it was clearly in Christmas and it was clearly made a long time ago. Well, I don't care. You know what? I'm saying it to you guys now. This was made weeks ago. I got in my head. The editing's gonna be crazy all over the place. The intro's gonna be from CapCut and I don't care. So I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, let me know if it encourages you. Love you guys. Bye. Hopefully this video is entertaining because it's gonna be really bad quality and really bad lighting. I'm back. Hold the applause. The reason I kind of stepped away for a little bit, I mean there's multiple, but I did make a couple of videos. I did film a lot. I filmed my entire journey down here from Ohio to Mississippi, all of the crazy things that I went through, and I'm not exaggerating when I say like my car alternator broke down in Kentucky, my dog got locked in our like temporary lodging facility while me and my dad were locked outside. We couldn't find out. It was a lot. And maybe I'll do a story time in the future because I have all the footage still. And then I did another one for the 4th of July of like finding a new church and XYZ. But again, filmed it, started editing it, and it felt forced. And I told myself I'm not gonna make a video again until I really feel like God is telling me to do it. Now, I also kind of feel like that was a little bit of excuse just to not make videos because I was being lazy, because God already told me he wanted me to make videos. So obviously this is stuck, not focused on me. Obviously, there is wisdom in having discernment. However, I don't feel like that's what it was. I just think that I took videos really seriously and it became a lot sometimes. So instead of like leaning on God during those moments, I just kind of gave up. Which, hey, I'm here now. So I give myself grace. I was going through a lot, transition-wise, with a new job, with a new church, with a new everything. And I felt a lot of pressure to be perfect, or at least 100% biblically accurate whenever I open my mouth about my walk with Christ, because a lot of people take things at face value. But I realized I can't change that. I can't make people not take things at face value. I can't force people to do their own research. If they're going to do that, they're going to do that. But I will say, from here on out, I'm going to make it explicitly clear that I'm not making videos to educate about the Bible and history, at least. If you want to take what I'm saying as educational in terms of how I am walking out my relationship with Christ, and if you want to learn from my mistakes and how I'm choosing to connect with God, sure, it can be educational in that sense. But in terms of like actual biblical knowledge, I am not a theologian, and I want to be able to post videos without feeling like I have this huge weight, because there is a responsibility when you are shepherding the sheep that God has given you. And maybe that's a responsibility I'll take on in the future, or something at a smaller scale. But as of right now, please do not think that I have any type of qualifications other than being a child of God. That is what I'm qualified to say that I am. What kind of jolted me into wanting to make a video tonight is that the pastor of Vibrant, Ethan, he was talking about the word that he has for next year, which is bold. And he was referencing Moses when he told this story, when he told us about this word. Actually, let me just read it, because I'm butchering this right now. So, why am I looking in the middle of the Bible for Exodus? Please, lock in. Yeah, it actually is 13. Wow. So then the Lord said to Moses, "Why are you crying out to me? Tell the people to get moving. Pick up your staff and raise your hand over the sea. Divide the water so the Israelites can walk through the middle of the sea on dry ground." And Pastor Ethan was saying that there are moments essentially in our lives where even when we are 100% obedient, we are still, I don't want to say hesitant or even like questioning God, but it is unnatural for us to believe in the impossible. Not saying God can't do the impossible, but it is unnatural for our brains to do that, to believe in that. So even though Moses raised the staff and was like, you know what, God, you're telling me to raise a staff above the sea and that it's going to part, and then all these people behind me are going to walk through it, and then it's just going to magically, kill everybody else, then I'm going to do it, right? But he had to have, assumingly, been a little weary, because imagine if he did it and nothing happened, and then all these people are like, but Moses knew that wasn't going to happen, because God had walked him through all these other situations in his life where he was obedient and God walked him through it, like getting the people out of Egypt in the first place. Anyways, I digress. So this is my raising my staff above the sea. This is just me being obedient. I really don't want the fear of being a beginner to keep me from doing what I know God has told me to do, which is to share my faith online. And I also feel very convicted because reading Acts and Paul's journey, like I'm in Corinthians right now, of what they went through to share the gospel, and I'm able to set my camera up and talk about how God has worked in my life to anyone who wants to see it on the internet, and I'm not doing that. I feel like the apostles are like, are y'all kidding me? Like, you have the ability to reach however many people, the capacity that I'm at right now, let's say hundreds, and you're not doing it. Oh, why aren't you doing it? Oh, I don't want to look silly. I don't know. It's just such a lukewarm way of living life. Finally, I'm going to end it in Exodus, because this is getting too long, and I didn't want it to be a long teachy video. I just wanted to talk about why I'm coming back, what made me come back, and hopefully I'm staying. And it's also just accountability too, because I haven't been great in my quiet time. I haven't really been prioritizing prayer. Like, I've been letting my relationship with Christ fall to the wayside, and me posting this, it would be real embarrassing if I said I was coming back and then you never saw me again. So this is also just for me. But anyways, in Ezekiel, it says, God may not ask you to do anything quite so dramatic or difficult, but if he did, would you do it? And when I read that, I knew immediately that I wouldn't, because I won't even set up a video for a couple minutes, whether that's because I'm afraid of saying the wrong thing or being vulnerable, or I'm just lazy and I don't want to do it. I have verbally, and probably not verbally, but physically, mentally, emotionally, in all senses of the word, heard from God that he wants me to make videos, and I still won't do it. So yeah, I can say pretty confidently that if God asked me to lay on my side for 390 days, during which I could only eat an 8-ounce meal, that I wouldn't do it. That I would be the Lord of my own life, that I would try to put matters into my own hands, and that I wouldn't trust him. And when I was talking about how I guess I wasn't the most excited to make another video, my friend said to me, just trust him. If he is telling you to make a video, just trust him. This is like, you are doing the absolute most with what you have, right? This is what's possible for you. Be faithful with that, and God will be faithful with the impossible. So it's like with Moses, when he raised the staff above the water, he was faithful with the possible, and God came through. I don't want to be a lukewarm Christian. I don't want to be somebody who reads the word, gets convicted, knows I shouldn't do something, knows I'm being disobedient, and just moves on with my life. That is not a relationship with God. That is, I don't know what that is, but it's not allowing Jesus to be the Lord of your life. And I despise saying that I'm a Christian if I'm not going to walk the walk, if I'm not going to live out what I preach to other people. I feel like you're either all in or you're all out. And yes, there's grace. I know that God has given me grace up until this point. I know I just moved. I know I started a new job. I know I have all the excuses in the book. But it's time to lock in. And then one more thing I'm going to say. I don't know where this is going to fit in the video, but I was listening to a worship song. I told you I am lacking in my quiet time and my prayer, and I can feel it. And so I put on a worship song. And I had this thought of, well, at least I'm doing that, right? Because there was a version of me at some point that didn't believe and would never listen to a worship song. Basically, it's the Cain and Abel situation. Cain's gift was just some of the fruit, and Abel's was the best lambs, right? And so it wasn't the gift that God was concerned with. It was like the intention behind it, right? And so if I'm giving God my scraps, he's not going to accept it. That's all I'm trying to say with that, is I think for a while I was giving God my scraps and, I don't know, trying to pose it as my first fruits, but God knows my heart, and he knows I can give more than that. And obviously he's given me grace. I don't want to feel like I am capable of giving God more. I just want to give God my everything. And that's a big ask, but I think I'm ready. Because like I said, I hate lukewarm Christianity. Like, I do not ever want to be that at all, ever. I want to feel like, if nothing else, I gave God everything. Yeah. Okay, wow. That was a lot. But sorry for the god-awful, no pun intended, quality, lighting, scripture reading, but that's okay. My body's cracking, which probably means it's time to go. So I'm gonna pray. May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord smile on you and be gracious to you. And may the Lord show you his favor and give you his peace. Have a good night, everybody. Look how cute these pictures are from tonight. How cute. Charlie's Angels. So adorable.